What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Shay Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. So, of course, I got a chance to listen a little bit to the Corey Holcomb 5150 show. You guys know I'm a big fan of Corey Holcomb. I usually cover him every week, but because of me being on the King Ghana channel and doing so much work over there, I haven't had as much time as I would like to check things out. But recently on the Club Shay show, and we all know how, Corey Holcomb feels about Shannon Sharpe. Doesn't really hate the guy, but it kind of feels like, as he calls him, he's a backdoorian. He had another Chicago-based comedian by the name of Lil Rel. Now, Lil Rel came on there and he mentioned Shannon Sharpe. Now, I believe that Shannon Sharpe knows about the things that, Corey Holcomb has said about him, but he never really tries to address them directly. So this is what Lil Rel, who's a younger comedian than Corey Holcomb, this is what he had to say.
So, my big brothers are Sid and D-Ray and all those guys. Right. And then my little brothers are Gerard and Hannibal and all those guys. Mm-hmm. And over the years, I've had to have heated arguments with some of my OGs about them. Like, where they was just outright hating on some of them. Like, man, the white people only like them, and they only get the deals because I'm like, fam, no, they work really hard. See, a lot of y'all got y'all money and bought cars and jewelry and all this other stuff. That brother brought Final Draft and learned how to write a script. Right. This brother's, I brag about Gerard all the time. I recently saw somebody say this, and I love my big brother, Corey Holcomb. I love him to death, Chicago OG, but he be saying crazy shit that doesn't make sense. Recently, he said something about Gerard. Now, this is so crazy. I just saw him, and we embraced, but he was being a little hesitant. I was like, but he didn't know I didn't see the Gerard thing first. Right. He called Gerard an industry plant. Right? Because he said he had a sitcom, and he hosted an award.
Just because you ain't got something, that don't mean everybody a plant.
And that's my point. I got a little upset about it because I'm like, well, I've seen Gerard. I did Carmichael show with Gerard. Every single night, take that script home. After he leaves the writer's room with the writers, he took it home personally. Stayed up to about 5, 6 in the morning. Had to meet us all on set at 7:30 to rehearse it. That's work ethic. You know why people have success like that? Because they really put the work in.
You're absolutely right.
They fucking put the work in. And I know a lot of cats, I know you're not putting in that type of work. I love you to death, but you're not. And it's easy to say, hey, this person did it this easy route and did all this other shit because you don't know their work ethic. Right. You can't talk about you write and do all this shit. It's funny because I'm watching it from this older generation. Everybody's like, yeah, I was offered this movie, but then they wanted me. Which movie was it? So I can see stop this shit. Because some of us just worked our ass off. Right.
So basically what he's saying is that, Corey Holcomb is a hater, that Corey Holcomb doesn't really work hard. He's trying to insinuate that the people that he's criticizing, he's jealous of because he doesn't put in the work, right? So Corey Holcomb got wind of what he said, then said this.
Things happen in my life where somebody say something to me and I'll be like, oh, wow. Yeah. I didn't know you felt that way. I'm sure that's happened to everybody.
Oh, yes.
You be like, wow, that motherfucker like that, huh? Yeah. Little bitch ass boy. Take that fake love and put it up your ass, boy. I don't need fake love. It's from Chicago who has found ways to be in movies. Lil Rel Lowry. This is hands down the most assaulted comic in the history of comedy. I done seen and heard about this boy taking more ass whoopings than nigga in comedy because he loose lip, especially when he got that liquor in him. Every comic from Chicago who he really don't, on his page, he really posts pictures with famous people a lot. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying Any comic from Chicago got a story about Rel getting his ass whooped somewhere. I never held that against him. I was like, oh, that's fucked up. I hope he get better, cause I know he fly off at the mouth, especially when he got that oil in him. I'm shocked. I mean, I want to let you know, the teeth you had on the Shay interview, that was a good job. Who was your dentist? I want to go see that, because you got them teeth knocked out in front of the dime, didn't you? Talking shit to that nigga. Yeah. Walked up to the nigga. You know how nigga talking shit? Yeah. But he walked up to the nigga, grabbed the nigga shirt, did him like that. And the nigga was like, hey, man, you can say something, but don't touch me, man. Why he touch that nigga again?
Oh, man. Douse of facts.
Homie, it's witnesses. I mean, like, but I never held that against him. I was like, oh, poor little bro. See, he got to get better with that. Ain't you, dog? You can't keep getting knocked out as you get older, dog. I ain't gonna knock you out. I ain't got that type of hate for you, even though you said that shit on Shay. But I got some information for you about your life. Because on Shay, you said, I love my brother Corey Holcomb. Nigga, get your ass out of here, nigga. Let me tell you something. He said I say crazy shit on my show.
Right.
And the show called the Corey Holcomb 5150 show. But I ain't out here shitting on motherfuckers without no type of backup to what I'm saying. You brought up the fact that I said something about Gerard Carmichael. I'm abbreviated. I said, I don't know, Gerard Carmichael comedy chops are limited for him to have a special shot by Spike Lee. Gerard Carmichael experience in the game was limited to have a TV show right after that. Then you know Corey Holcomb, I said, it must be Backdooria type shit.
You said that shit 8 years ago.
It wasn't even that long.
We talked about it one time. You didn't know who he was, and I was telling you about him, and he was like, it's got to be.
It's got to be Backdooria shit.
Yeah. You was accurate.
I said this before he came out.
You said this before he had the TV show. This is when he first did the Spike Lee thing.
Right.
We was across the street from the Laugh Factory in the parking lot.
That's right. I remember. Yeah. And we was talking about it.
We was talking about it.
And I said it then, didn't I?
He was telling me, look, little bro, and for him to have all that, he got to be getting smacked out.
I said it's Backdooria. I know how this town work.
Yeah.
I know the black men they want to put out there in front of the people. I said, if he got that going, that's Backdooria. And like I said, he had the TV show.
Right.
And then he hosted that award show where the people who was there was complaining about it.
Yeah.
I don't dislike Gerard Carmichael. I don't know him. But I'm not stupid enough to think that the industry is finna grab real talent and put it up front, because real talent is difficult to deal with because we ask for what we deserve.
So, the comedian that Corey Holcomb uses as an example is a person that he said, listen, if he were to grow in the industry, he must be a Backdoorian or whatever, what that means. Allegedly, that guy came out as, living that lifestyle. So here's what I would have to say, because you said like Lil Rel, you're not selling out any shows. I will say this. For guys like Corey Holcomb, Tariq, and even though Tariq's not a comedian, it is much more difficult to sustain a fan base with, and I'm like not in comedy, but I'm in the YouTube business. I know some of these guys offline. I've met a lot of these guys offline all around the world. To kind of have the grassroots following that Corey Holcomb has, or Tariq Nasheed has, that's years and years and years of doing that, being consistent. With Corey Holcomb doing shows. Now, if it's about producing, he's talking about this other person invested in how to write scripts and all that. Okay, I don't really know about that, but I will tell you, Corey Holcomb ain't missed a show in damn near like 14 or 15 years that I've seen. At least since I've been on YouTube, I've never seen him miss a show 1 week. So he's saying that he doesn't work hard and he's a hater. And he's saying things that's stupid. I mean, he do say some things that's controversial, but I will tell you this. You mentioned Corey Holcomb on Club Shay, which he wouldn't be mentioned if he wasn't somewhat of a factor. He just wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So again, I understand that whole thing about, you know, people do work hard and put in the work, and then some folks do things to get to the top. I mean, I'm pretty sure Steve Harvey works hard. I'm pretty sure Will Smith works hard. Nobody's taking away from that. But at the same time, everybody don't want to just sell their ass to be in the industry. I mean, I'm in independent black YouTube, just like Corey and the other brothers. Let me tell you this, man. Most of us do this without sponsorships. We don't have any brand deals. We don't have no connections. All of this is you getting it out the mud every month or every day, which is what he does. I can assure you that. He don't have no agent. Like, what he does is much harder. When you have those other things and you're capitulating, those things come with easier access. So he's talking about things of easier access. But like I said, he said you ain't shout out no shows. To do it the way that Corey does it is extremely difficult. To do it the way Dr. Umar does it is extremely difficult. And Tariq, extremely difficult. Those are grassroots bases. They getting it out the mud. People got to really rock with you. Your fan base is, you know, and especially I got to give props to Tariq. That dude raised $2 million. I never seen nobody raise that kind of money just off of grassroots. Never. I don't even see white folks doing stuff like that. So the real brothers that's really on, like, those are the guys that have their fan base for years and years and years, and they pull up to different cities and sell out without this other help, without agents. So that's all I would want to put out to it. And again, this is for me being around guys who also get it out the mud every goddamn day. It's not, listen, I'm cool with Phil Scott, and we know we're not comedians, but we can tell you, man, being on this platform and you're in the black sector, you don't have no support for real like that. You don't have people coming down the pipe. Everything you earn and you working for it, everything. And comedians going to shows, selling out clubs, all that shit is hard work, you know? And playing by those rules that he know that he would have to play by. What's the effort of wanting to work hard after giving up your cheeks? So guys, what do you think? It's your boy Shady Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all you just heard the bell. We're out.